Hello everyone, and welcome to something a little bit different today. Today we're actually going to be jumping into some Magic Arena. For those of you who have never caught a stream of mine, you might not know that I play Magic. I've been playing Magic for quite a while, since about 2004, 2005. Magic is pretty important to me, a pretty big part of my life as well, with work and things like that. As well as being a Magic judge and things. So today is the first time that we're actually going to be playing Magic, this huge thing for me, on stream. So I'm really excited to share that experience with you. I know a lot of people, particularly on YouTube, you're there for the Hearthstone content and stuff like that. So trust me when I say that we're definitely going to be coming in here at a really baseline level. If you've never played Magic before, hopefully I can make it give you a bit of an introduction to the draft format. And if you like it, you can go check out Magic Arena because it is free to play. It's got a really nice business model as well. I've been enjoying just bashing it out, not spending any money so far, except for the little welcome pack, which is good value. And I've got a bunch of gathering experts in my in chat as well. A couple of draftaholics. Check out draftaholics around as well. So without further ado, let's draft some Guilds of Ravnica. So this is the most recent set for Magic. Focuses on the plane of Ravnica, which has a bunch of different guilds. 10 of them, which represent 2 color combinations. And Guilds of Ravnica has the first 5 of them. So the way that draft works is similar to Arena in Hearthstone, except where rather than picking from 3 cards, we're going to have a pack of 15 cards. And then this kind of simulates a real draft where, you know, you would pick one of the 15 cards, pass the rest on to the person to your left, and someone to your right is going to pass you their pack, which is missing a card. So then you'll pick from one of those 14 cards, so on and so forth, and you'll get the handle of things pretty quickly. The main thing in Magic, as you can see, is that there are cards of various different colors. So we want to generally stick to 2 colors, maybe 3 colors, when we do finalize our deck, and we want to keep that in mind when we are picking some cards. Alright, so we've got some interesting cards here. I think Crawl Harpooner jumps out to me as one of the big ones. This is a 2 mana 3/2, so already great stats. Has reach as well, which is particularly useful in this format. There are quite a lot of flyers around. But also he has this sweet ability where when he comes into play, he beefs himself up and then he can fight a flying creature that your opponent has. So if they've got like a big dragon, he might actually be able to, for 2 mana, take him down, which is really, really good. Other interesting cards we've got here, Disinformation Campaign. It's a nice build around me card, especially a great card to pick up first. So it's an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, we draw a card, our opponent discards a card. And whenever we surveil, which is one of the keywords in this set, we can return Disinformation Campaign to its owner's hand. So it bounces back, we could play it again. So we could, for instance, with this card, Thought Erasure. The target opponent reveals their hand, you choose an online card from it, that player discards a card, and surveil 1, which means we're going to look at the top card of our deck. It's actually up, I can't move the mouse, but it's in the top right hand corner there. We look at the top card of our library, and we can put it into our graveyard if we want, or we can just leave it there. So Disinformation Campaign, when we sell, bounce it back, gain some advantage over the long term. Other cards, I mean, Vigorspine Worm, Darkblade Agent, Piston Fist Cyclops, these are all reasonable cards to get later in the draft. But for now, I think it's between the Campaign and the Harpooner. And we won't wield the Erasure, yeah, so... I'm not too sure if I want to go jump straight into Disinformation Campaign immediately because it's 2 colors. It really kind of commits us to Dimir. I think we'll go. Okay, well, I like what chat is saying. I'm gonna go for the Disinformation Campaign. We're gonna have a nice build around me draft, and hope that we can get some more Surveil cards. Go Dimir. Okay, let's have a bit of a read here. So Quasi-Duplicate. For 1 blue, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. And it's got Jumpstart. So Jumpstart, as you can see in the kind of center top of the screen there, we can cast it from our graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other cost, and then it's exiled. So we can kind of get to cast this twice. which is quite good for 3 mana. Copying a creature can be pretty interesting. We've got Guild Summit, so this is a pretty cool card that interacts with these guild gates. So when it enters the battlefield, we can tap any number of untapped gates we control to draw a card for each gate tapped. And whenever a gate enters the battlefield, we can draw a card. So it is interesting. We are in blue. What else have we got here? We've got the other mechanic in the set, which is Mentor. So whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. So they impart their knowledge on the smaller ones. A Goblin Electromancer here is also pretty interesting, but we've got a Dazzling Lights if we want to just snap up every Surveil card. But I think it's between the Quasi Duplicate and the Guild Summit. It's pretty interesting. Quasi Duplicate could be a pretty powerful rare. Guild Summit, we're not exactly guaranteed to have 1,000,000 gates in our deck, and it kind of encourages us to be multiple colours. I think I prefer sticking to a solid 2, maybe 2 colours and a splash, so I'm going to actually go for the Quasi Duplicate. Okay. A lot of gold cards here. So we've got Citywide Bust, which is a rare. Destroy all creatures with toughness 4 or greater. I'm not too sure how good this card is, actually. From the games of Draft and Sealed that I've played, I don't think it would be too good. Legion Guild Mage. It's pretty interesting. All these Guild Mages have like a lot of long-term value. So the Guild Mage can potentially, kill your opponent if they give you enough time. What else have we got here? Sure Strike. Hypothesisal. Interesting gold card here. Draw 2 cards, discard an online card if you do, deals 4 damage to target creature. Notion Rain. I think this is maybe what we'll go for here. Just get some nice card draw going on. I think if there was a Dimir Guildgate in here, I might take Dimir Guildgate over Notion Rain. But I think we'll just go for this. Direct Current's very good as well. Stay solid. Okay. Well, some other interesting cards here. We've got Mission Briefing. So Surveil 2, choose an instant or sorcery card in your graveyard, you can cast that card this turn. If it would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So Mission Briefing is quite good if we have some low cost instants and sorceries to use on, because we do have to commit 2 mana to it. But we've got Notion Rain, and for 5 mana, Mission Briefing Notion Rain's not too bad, especially if we've got some campaigns around. What else have we got here? Sonic Assault is okay. Would have to splash red for it though. Moodmark Painter's pretty interesting. So this is one of the Golgari themed cards. So with Undergrowth, just like that Crawl Harpooner at the start, it gives us a benefit for having creature cards in our graveyard. Other than that, a bunch of kind of dorky dudes. If we take Mission Briefing now, it sets us up that in the future we can maybe choose some of the cheaper cards in there. I would like to start getting some creatures in the deck though, like this Moodmark Painter or something. I don't know. Chat, how do we feel about Mission Briefing in Limited, in Draft? Is it too much? Too much to ask? We could go, is it Guildgate? Give us some options to splash. Pack Briefing. Okay. I think it's a toss-up here between the Mission Briefing, the Guildgate, and maybe the Moodmark Painter. But we'll take the Briefing and we'll draft around it. We'll just draft all the rares, Okay. So we've no black cards other than the Trooper in here. So it seems like we are getting a little bit cut. Selective Snare, this card's pretty interesting against a lot of the Selesnya tokeny decks. We can name cards like Knight or Human, Centaur, and bounce quite a lot of creatures back to the hand. Collar the Culprit, this seems like a pretty half reasonable removal spell. Wishcoin Crab. So, how high are you on the Crab? You think the Crab's legit here? You don't think we should be, taking the Snare or Collar the Culprit, maybe the Guildgate? We just want to stall out and play some flyers. Sure. Alright. Like the crab. I'm very bad at telling how good these vanilla creatures are. Darkblade Agent. Ooh, or the Bartizan Bats. I think we want to have as much like of that sweet surveil synergy going on. Really reward ourselves. But this is the aforementioned flyer. But stick to our guns here. Okay, so this is the pack that we opened, I believe. Mesmerist. Passwall Adept. I feel like the bat isn't great this set. You think that the 1 toughness on a flyer is too much of a liability? Maybe go the Mesmerist here. Just an early drop creature. Make sure that we can do stuff in the early game. Oh, the Passwall's a 2-drop. Yeah, we'll go for this one instead. I thought the Passwall was a 3-drop. Alright. Newsdrake seems pretty good. It's a fine target for our Quasi-Duplicate to give us some more card draw. Severed Strands. I think in Golgari or a deck where you have a bunch of spared dorks around, like the Generous Stray, I'd go for that, but we'll go for the Newsdrake here. Thought Erasure, Darkblade Agent. Okay. Ooh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Thought Erasure versus Darkblade Agent. Thought Erasure versus Darkblade Agent. I guess the Erasure is pretty good with our... It gives us another thing for our mission briefing. Let's go... Yeah, we'll go with the Erasure. Sure, we'll take the card that's in our colours. Take a Guildgate here. Sure. Sure. Okay. So how do we shift cards to our sideboard? There we go. Crushing Canopy, Sledge Locket, Crush Contraband, or a skill bit. Alright, so here we have the second pack. A couple of interesting cards. We got another Darkblade Agent, if we want to just keep doing that thing. We got Artful Takedown. How good is Artful Takedown as a removal spell in this set? Pretty good. Yeah, I think it's going to be the Takedown. Hopefully we can wheel Darkblade Agent, even Mephetic Vapors for the board. This Rhizome Lurcher might even be a good splash. We'll take the Takedown. That's a great card to mission briefing. Okay. We got a Whisper Agent, so 3 mana flash. When it enters the battlefield, surveil 1, 3/2. Triggers our Darkblade Agents at instant speed, which is pretty interesting. Gets us back our disinformation campaign. We've got Radical Idea as well. It's an interesting one, but I think the Whisper Agent, incredibly easy to cast. Triggers all of our things. The Undercity Necrolisk is a bit understated, and even in Golgari, I haven't really seen this card do much. Like, even when you have a bunch of things, I think the Swarm Guild Mages way better. I'll take this Whisper Agent, though. We've got a Dimir Guildgate here. Oh, but Deadweight. Ooh. This is a tough one, friends. So we could take the Guildgate, which is going to give us significantly better mana. But Deadweight's a really good removal spell, and especially in this early game when we only have, like, 1-2 drops so far, we're going to need some ways to stave off some early damage. So let's go with the Deadweight. Whilst we'd prefer to have some, like, instant or sorcery based removal. Go with that. Another Darkblade Agent. Invert. Invent. Admittedly, Invent is a pretty sweet, grindy card if we were to go get, like, Mission Briefing and a Sorcery Speed removal spell. But we'd have to splash red. We don't have any, fixing yet, so I think we'll just go for another Darkblade Agent. Devious Cover-Up. I don't know. I don't like this card. Maybe one, but I don't know. I don't like having more than one in the deck. Let's go Darkblade Agent. Deadweight is arguably the best common in the set. Really? What would it be competing with? Here, we could take a Crab, but I think Dimir Guildgate, we really want to just help ourselves with our mana base, so it's a lot less Giants. Kind of interesting combo with Quasi-Duplicate. We'll take our Guildgate. Ooh, okay. So we've got interesting options here. We've got Burglar Rat. Interesting, like, enter the battlefield kind of thing. Maybe we just want another Guildgate. There is a Barrier of Bones in here, which, you know, does let us surveil, but I'm not too high on these one-drop defenders. These early defenders. I think we'll just go for another Guildgate and make sure that our mana is nice and tight. Ooh. Unmoored Ego. This is the, Cranial Extraction. Choose a card name, search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with the same name and exile them. So, not great. I like the rat more than the gate here. That's fair enough. I just love having good mana. But especially getting another 2-drop in the deck would have been good. But, you know, now we can pick those a bit higher than gates. So we've got some options here. We could get a Barrier of Bones, which is just a fine thing to help stave off the early game. Severed Strands for things like rats if we get more. That's true. Rhizome Lurcher for real restaurant. I guess we'll just go for this Barrier of Bones. We've got another 2-drop here, but maybe we want to try and do some shenanigans with this Invent. Is this a good combat trick as well? What do we think, chat? Do we Invent versus Vidalcan Mesmerist versus Barrier of Bones here? What are we feeling? I think I would kind of lean towards Invent, but yeah. This has a lot of upside. Dazzling Light for the agents. That's true. We have 2 Darkblade agents. We've already got a Dazzling Lights though, but okay. I'll side with you on this one for sure. Yeah, let's pick up another Darkblade agent. It's our mono Darkblade agent deck. Yeah, we'll take a wall. We've only got a couple of 2-drops. Guildgate vs Child of Night. 3rd Guildgate vs 1st Child of Night in a deck that doesn't have too many 2-drops. We are pretty... We're not too deep on playables. Maybe we need the Child of Night, but... Get that gate. Sure, we'll take a cover up. I'm gonna take a giant. Let's just get a big thing in there. Severed Strands. If I had known we were getting the second Severed Strands, definitely would have picked up another thing. Find Finality. Ooh. Ugh. Well, Find just on its own is okay if we ever get to cast it, right? And we might be able to pick up like a Golgari Guildgate or something to cast the Finality side of things. Other than that, we'd be taking like Demure Informant or a Whisper Agent. The Whisper Agent will probably wheel, but this has some very high upside, so... There's a Golgari Guildgate. Oh, but we've got a Plague Crafter in here. Even a Disdainful Stroke. How good is Plague Crafter? Does Plague Crafter get blocked by a lot of these, the token decks? Plague Crafter versus Disdainful Stroke. You'd rather the Whisper Agent or Disdainful Stroke? Or do we want the Golgari Guildgate? Could we wheel the Guildgate? Maybe. I guess taking Disdainful Stroke gives us another thing to mission briefing as well. Like, how many targets do we have for this? 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6. It's interesting. Gate is more likely to wheel than Agent. Yeah. I think we might go for the Disdainful Stroke. Like, we don't have a lot of removal, and we might have to rely on countering our opponent's large drops. Let's go with the Stroke. Never happened. I think we just go for Night Veil Sprite here. Really good with our Darkblade agents. Great drop on turn 2. Alright, what do we got here? Another Notion Rain? Ooh, okay, this is going to be tough. So we've got Mausoleum Secrets, which I don't think is the pick, but it would help us find our disinformation campaign, which is pretty interesting, but we'd have to have 3 creatures in the bin. We've got Unexplained Disappearance, which might be okay. We could try and play like a tempo-y kind of game plan, where we land a Darkblade agent and then just kind of ride the value to victory. Notion Rain, though, get a little bit of extra card draw. And we've also got a Golgari Guildgate in this pack as well. So, this is a rough one, friends. A real rough one. I think it might be. Notion Rain, you think? Yeah. It is close. I think I kind of like Unexplained Disappearance because we just don't have anything that affects the board right now other than Artful Takedown. Like, we don't have straight up removal spells. And we might be able to get people with, like, bounce their thing back to their hand, return our disinformation campaign, and then drop the campaign. So I'll go with the Unexplained Disappearance, but I really want to pick up a Guildgate. Specifically the Golgari one. Ooh! I think it's going to be Thoughtbound Phantasm, friends. How much Surveil do we have in this deck? 1, 2... Sideboard this. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Yeah, let's go. Another Thought Erasure. We got the Beam Splitter Mage for the Quasi Duplicate. Maybe we just go for the Thought Erasure here. Or is this where we pick up the Guild Gate? No, let's try and take all the rares out of our opponent's hand. Another Guild Gate. Return from your graveyard to your hand. Is this card good? Is Crawl Swarm good? I think this might be a way for us to close out the game. Like, look at our top end, it's like non-existent. Crawl Swarm vs Dimir Guildgate. What are we feeling? Crawl Swarm's good in Golgari. Yeah. I mean, admittedly, we have, like, maybe a couple of things we want to get rid of, but yeah, maybe we just take the better mana. We'll take another stroke here. I think we missed the Golgari Guildgate. Whisper Agent's a good pickup though. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, do we take the third Whisper Agent or our first Golgari Guildgate? This is a lot harder. The Guildgate will help us play the Finality, which is a very big payoff card. But the Whisper Agent with these Darkblade agents, we just have like a sick turn 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I'll leave this one to chat. What are we feeling? How many playables have we got here? If we cut like the Wall of Mist. Agent for me, sure. Should we take? We'll take a Vapors for the sideboard. There's a Guildgate. There we go. Sure, we'll take a Locket. Take a 5-mana 4/5. Take a Brave one. Alright, well, look, I'm going to build this deck, and I'll be back in a jiff. Okay, we are back after some quick construction. This is the deck that we've come up with. So we left the Dazzling Lights in the sideboard, cut the Crab, no Barrier of Bones. I think it's this is pretty straightforward. The only cards that I'm concerned about here that we'll keep an eye on for are this Quasi Duplicate, just because we don't have many creatures in the deck and many big creatures. And the other card that we'll keep an eye out for is just this second Disdainful Stroke in this mission briefing, and see if we maybe wanted to get some more creatures in the deck, like the Wishcoin Crab or something like that. But we'll jump into some games. Alright, we got a game against Zombie Jesus. Ooh. This hand is a little bit yuck. 5 mana is like... This means that every land we draw is pretty bad. Our opponent is going first. We've got the Deadweight. I guess I would keep like these 4 cards and these 2 cards. And the Surveil off the Erasure is pretty good, so we can lead with Guildgate, then go into Island, and hopefully we can, yeah. This is one of the, like, mulliganing in Hearthstone and Magic is really interesting. Oh my gosh. I think we'll just get our gate down to make sure we can, Nah. I guess if we just deadweight it now, it... No, they might have like a Mentor 2-drop that we would rather deadweight. That's not so bad. Our opponent mulled to 5. Let's see what they got going on then. If it's land, then sucks to be us. Get out of here, 8-drop. We'll bin this. But yeah, I feel like the way that I mulligan in Hearthstone is really similar to the way that I mulligan in Magic. I think we'll deadweight this fresh race recruit. Get our Night Veil Sprite on. So hopefully this means that we're never going to draw a land again. But yeah, like I always look at mulligans from a... Oh, that's a pretty good one. Always look at mulligans from a like conservative versus aggressive route. This means our Sprite can't attack either. Pretty good draw from our opponent, but we have the finality, and I think if we ever resolve this against this deck, we're probably in a pretty good position. So it's definitely a land in our opponent's hand, but maybe we just got to play the Thought Erasure just to... No, we should save it for some Surveil triggers, right? Or... We'll save it for some Surveil triggers. We might need to dig ourselves out of an early grave. Taking some pain here. I think we just got a finality this turn, so... Battle. Whisper Agent's good. We'll play our Swamp. Cast Finality. Get out of here. We've still got Mission Briefing as well. Fire off this Thought Erasure. Look at some lands. Oh my gosh. I guess we'll take the Light of the Legion and try and stay on try and stay reasonably healthy. We can't kill the creature, no. Go for the double block here. We obviously can't take 2 or else we die to the Inescapable Blaze. We should bin this, right? Because we want to jumpstart it. No, we'll keep it on top. Maybe we don't double block? We have to double block. He can just cast it twice instead. Why would you double? Because we take 2 if we don't block. Or you're just saying we single block, but then they still have a creature out? And if they want to use this to kill one of these things, that's fine. I don't think our opponent will do that. I think they realize that this is probably their best chance of winning. It's a sorcery. It is an instant, so... We should have... I think I like the double block, but we should have binned the quasi-duplicate. Yeah. Ah, the stroke for their, hopefully for their next threat. And eventually they will just have to cast the blaze on our Whisper Agent. Well, can't cast that. I don't think we want to get aggressive. We can't even... Still can't quasi-duplicate. There is a part of me that's just like, just do it, make him use that, and make them use the Inescapable Blaze if they want to, and just be fine with it. Weird. Snap it off. Hey, there we go. Get out of here. Or, you know, do the thing. Uh-oh. That's pretty bad. They just cast it? Yeah, it's fine. I mean, what? Yeah, I guess we could have, like, not done a thing and then... So we could quasi-duplicate, but I think I actually want to hold up Whisper Agent. And Disdainful Stroke. We're in business at 1. Get our disinformation campaign back. Get in the bin. Drake was a good draw. Drake was a very good draw. I don't want to die Skylight Legionnaire, so let's hold this Drake up for one more turn. I guess we could have attacked with a Whisper Agent, right? Alright, so now we're dead to... do we flash back this quasi-duplicate then? On like another Drake? Yeah, I mean, are we really going to need a Disdainful Stroke twice? Okay, now we're not dead to 2 Disdainful Strokes. Could have duplicated before damage to draw another card. Yeah, I changed my mind. I was originally not going to. This doesn't kill us. So, that's fine. One, two, three. Blocks, blocks. Blocks, blocks. 4, 5. How much money do we have? 5, 9, 10, 11. We can make this unblockable, which means they can only block these two. So they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is game. Well, actually, we don't need to attack with the Darkblade agents, right? We can just attack with these. Whoa! That was a close one. I mean, our opponent mulled to 5, so I guess we kind of got away with it. But whew, it was a tasty game, stabilizing on 1. Whew. Let's jump back in. Okay. This is, once again, not exactly the type of hand we really want, but I guess we'll keep it. You know, we've got the mana. It's not all of our colors, but it's enough black, enough blue. Got a 4-drop. Can kind of slow the game down if our opponent has a really explosive start, so I think this is fine. Would love, especially on the draw as well. There's the boy. Great. I think we'll save this unexplained disappearance for our Darkblade agent. Oh, our opponent is not looking like they are having a fun time. It's only creature, so if our opponent has luminous bonds for us or something. Ooh, a great target. Yeah, I think we just want to disappearance and get in for a hit. We can even counter this on the way back down. To the bin. Ooh. I like this. Hopefully we can resolve quasi-duplicate next turn, maybe? Sure, you got it. Opponent wants to rumble with the Legionnaire. No, they don't want to rumble. Very curious. I think we just go for a attack and then quasi-duplicate this Darkblade agent. Leave the 2 mana up to stroke something. We'll go to combat first and see what our opponent wants to do. If they want to use a combat trick here, I think that's fine. Sure strike. I guess there is some oh, face cam probably needs to be top left. That's right. Good point. Let's fix this up. Unlock this. What? There we go. And we'll fix this up later. Oh no, but this isn't good either. Alright, we'll fix this up in a second. No blockers. I think we just go for a land and a Drake and rumble with the Sprite, and then we can obviously we should have rumbled with the Sprite first so that we didn't draw this island. We'd love to have drawn a deadweight, but this keeps Disdainful Stroke up for anything that might live through a finality. Also puts a thing on the board that will survive the finality, right? Yeah. This dies to finality, so we'll let it resolve. So the question is, do we want to get a Surveil off, or do we want to hit our opponent for 0? Right, so we definitely want to get a Surveil off. Great, Artful Takedown is pretty good. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 6. So we're gonna go for oh, we don't have green. What are we doing? Oh my gosh. That was pretty bad of us, but we can deadweight that patrol now. We duplicate our Drake. Okay, we goofed, but we recovered. Oh my gosh, Magic's hard. Sometimes you don't have perfect mana. Get out of here, Pack Beast! So I think we want to find to get some dudes back here. Seven mana, 8 mana. So we could like find Darkblade Agent, Night Bell Sprite, then play the Darkblade Agent and the Night Bell Sprite, right? So that's pretty good. You and you. I mean, alternatively, we could have jump-started the Quasi-Duplicator on the Night Veil Agent, the Darkblade Agent, but I want to put a source of Surveilling into play. Well, that's definitely a target for our Artful Takedown. I think we'll... We can quasi-duplicate the Darkblade Agent, but then we can only cast Artful Takedown or Whisper Agent. Or we just take down now. Yeah, I like that. Choose options. 1, 2. Creature to tap. This thing. Actually, no. Hold on. Both. Creature to tap, this one. Creature to do this. Combat. Attack, this. Keep that on top because we can cast it this turn. Alright, we did some things. Don't know. Take down the Legionnaire and the Captain, yeah. That was a lot to think about. I didn't know if we wanted to try and be reactive and maybe play into our opponent's combat tricks, or if we wanted to try and be proactive and get some draw on, so... What do we want to quasi-duplicate? Darkblade Agent or Whisper Agent? Probably Whisper Agent, right? To get a Surveil trigger? Oh, never mind. Probably the Darkblade Agent. Darkblade so it can take out two things? Let's jumpstart this now. Just in case our Darkblade Agent gets taken out. I think I'm happy to trade the Whisper Agent for a fresh face recruit. Sure. Go Shore Strike? Take heart. Well, I'd rather you die as well, so... To the bin! Ooh, value, yeah. That nasty combat trick out of his hand too. Out of their hand, rather. Out of Gid's hand. Oh my gosh, these 2/3 flyers. That's pretty dangerous. This Night Veil Sprite's kind of losing some value with this board of flyers, so... I think I'm going to rumble with the Sprite and the Darkblade Agent. Leave the Whisper Agent back to potentially block the Swiftblade Vindicator. No, we'll send in the Whisper Agent as well, I think. Synth 911? Well, you play Magic too? Yeah. Been playing Magic for a while. Good to see you in the chat. Wouldn't say I'm a fantastic Magic player, but I am a Magic player. So if our opponent wants to give us the card draw. Wants to trade the Sky Knight Legionnaire. Give us a card, gives us another Darkblade Agent. Thank you very much. Just one more counter, one more Surveil. A man of many talents. I wouldn't call myself talented. Ah, these flyers. Opponent is in the air, you hear. Mission briefing. Options. Can we just kill them with Artful Takedown? It'll trigger this so it can attack. It'll trigger these. I think we can just like kill them with Artful Takedown, right? Because we can't cast Find Finality yet. Both. So we'll tap the... We'll tap one of these and we'll kill this one. Battle in with our Darkblade agents. Send in the Phantasm too. Leave these Drakes back. Even have Stroke up? Oh my gosh. What is your favorite card or deck? Well, I play a lot of... When I did play a lot of Magic, I played a lot of Vintage. So I like Workshops, Mishra's Workshop. Yep. Like artifacts and stuff. When I first started playing Magic, one of the first competitive decks I played was Affinity back in Mirrodin, original Mirrodin. So I usually like aggressive decks, just like with all our budget deck series. You know, we love the budget decks. I was talking to a good friend about favorite artwork in Magic, and like I was going through like all these Therese Nielsen and Rebecca Guay art, and like, man, there's some great art in Magic. Really great art in Magic. We got there. Woo! All right. Well, I think that's it for today. Ooh. Get a nice pack. We'll end this on a pack opening. I think I want to kind of do at least one Magic video every week. Maybe a second one. Ooh! Ooh, Mythic Wildcard. Thank you. I think I want to do about one Magic video per week. Do some draft. Maybe not do a whole draft thing because it takes forever. But come back here and you'll definitely see the end of this draft for sure. Other than that, thanks for tuning in. If you're a Hearthstone player or a Magic player or both, leave me some feedback on this YouTube video. Let me know what you want to see. Obviously I goofed on the camera for sure, so we'll definitely have the camera fixed for next time. But leave me some feedback. What do you want to see? Should we make it fun? Should we try and be competitive? Should I wear a weird hat? Who knows? Anyway, let me know down in the comments, and until next time, stay safe, stay wavy, and RTFC. Bye. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.